We spoke with BYU football head coach Kalani Sitake, who joined us on the Deseret First Credit Union hotline with full emotion for sure. Here is that conversation. Kalani, let's begin here. What was the conversation like last night with the athletic director at BYU, Tom HOLMOE, when you found out that BYU was number 14?
When I found out, I mean, you saw it on the show last night. It was real time, and I didn't have much time to react. All I could think about, was trying to get more games on the schedule. But we've been doing that since the beginning. We've been trying to add. We wanted 12 games, and so I know Tom's been working really hard at it, and we had a good conversation, and hopefully, we can get some games there. We saw where we were ranked. All I could think about were the boys. All I could think about were the players and their hard work. And I know a lot of teams work hard, but man, I don't coach all the other teams. I only coach this team. And all I can think about is them, how much they're hurting, and how motivated they are right now. And hopefully we can get some more opportunities to get them out there and play, because they love playing football. When all this stuff is when it's all out there, our guys just like being on the field, and they love playing the game. And that's when they're at their best. And I hope we get more opportunities for that. All
I could think about was how good you looked in a suit on ESPN. That's all I could think about.
There's that.
Never again. I don't feel the same right now without my hat on, but I seem to have thrown them all over the place. I don't know where the hats are anymore.
14. Yeah, you're chugging it. Kalani, let's talk about that. So I don't think that BYU and you could have done anything more than you've done. And that's the frustrating part, I think, in this whole process is when the schedule goes from 12 down to 2, you add San Diego State and Boise State. You tell Houston, yeah, we'll go there. Who does that, right? You add what you could. You win all those games. You win every one but one convincingly. I don't know what more you could have done. And that, to me, that's the most frustrating part.
Well, the one that wasn't convincing, we had a great lead in the game anyways. It wasn't like that was a nail biter the entire time, So obviously we made some mistakes in that game and everything, but I hate going back to that game and saying, man, we should have done this, and then and there's just a lot of things. For me, it was about the boys, and then after that, hearing the reasoning, I just like to see some consistency behind all of it. When people are talking about this is how we look at it, this is how we rank it, and then it doesn't seem like that fits the criteria for all 25 teams on there. And so that's all we're looking for is consistency in the reasoning and the way that they rank it. But it's just so different than what we saw from the AP and the coaches poll and things like that. And then I just hope that, hope they were able to watch our guys really and see them play. Like I said, I think we're an exciting brand of football.
Do you feel like the committee has not watched you enough? Because if they had, you would have been higher?
Well, I don't know. I hope they've watched everyone. I would imagine that would be the case. But when you hear some of the things that are said in the interviews and things like that, and that's all we have to go off of is what they say about us specifically, and then the reasoning why we're so low, because our win against Boise was not that great because they were not at their fullest, at their best, and as far as personnel. We have that same reasoning too with a lot of different games, but it's okay. We're gonna have to find ways to fight back and to play and use it as motivation. I don't want to sit here and crap on people, for trying to do their best. But things didn't go our way. It's okay. It's life. Now the more important thing is how do we react to it. I said it before. It's a difficult position for the committee to be in, especially this year. And, all I really care about is our players right now and how motivated they are. I talked to a good number of them last night, and I wish there was a game this Saturday.
Kalani Sitake, BYU head football coach, with us on BYU Sports Nation. Coach, when you see the clear outlash and backcry from a mass majority of the most notable college football playoff analysts and experts inside the game, Kirk Herbstreit, Reese Davis, David Pollack, Desmond Howard. What's your reaction to that when they all collectively are saying, whoa, BYU is ranked way too low?
Well, they watched us play. and they called some of our games, and they've been around our program and seen Zach Wilson throw the ball. And so that's the thing that I think for me, it's like, I don't know where we're supposed to be. I mean, I don't know if we would have been angry right now if it was any different than if it was higher than 14, if it was a couple spots higher. I just know that our guys feel a little bit burned, and we'll just have to react and be better at it, and then find a way to change people's minds. But I am really happy about Cincinnati and where the position that they're in. I'm happy for the hard work that they've done, and looking at the position that they're in as a G5, and you know, there's some really good teams out there in the top 25, and they deserve to be there. Just the criteria for the ranking is the key that everybody wants to know, and I think that's why there's a lot of people that are up in arms on the rankings.
Yeah, in a conference call after the show, it's brought up that why is Cincinnati 7? Well, we were impressed that they are in the top 20 in offense and defense. BYU's the only team in the top 10. Yeah, that consistency is frustrating. And then, you know, this morning, you know, Cincinnati and Temple are going to be canceled, and then Cincinnati can't play next week. So it was like, oh, even if there was a possibility of that game, that's tough. And I want to make this point, Kalani, and you know, with Tom, we all know, it's not like Tom HOLMOE just started picking up the phone the last week or two. It's been all season. Like you said, you've been trying to get to 12. Before the season, there was a time where you guys thought you were going to open with Alabama at one point for a couple days, right? This isn't a thing that just started. You guys have been trying all year to get good games on the schedule.
We have, and Tom's done a great job in trying to reach out to people, and we're going through negotiations and trying to get these games out there. It's not just us and then the other team. There's a conference that we have to work with as well. And so I think a lot of people are forgetting that part. When we were talking to teams in the SEC, the reason why we reached out to the SEC is because they were the only ones that were playing. I mean, when we were the only ones in the West, we get going back in time, seems like so long ago. When you go back in August when we were trying to get our schedule, we were the only ones in the West that were playing football. So we had to reach out to the Big 12, the SEC, the ACC, Sun Belt, Conference USA, and the American. Those are the conferences that we had to reach out, and the independents, and trying to get games scheduled. And then the conferences decided that they're going to go conference only. So it slammed the door shut on those opportunities. And that was with the SEC. And then the ACC and the Big 12 had conference only, but some stipulations on the extra game that they could play. And so that we really weren't in the mix in those. And then we had to go to conference. Thank goodness for the Sun Belt and Conference USA and the American for helping us out. And thank goodness we were able to work some things with Houston where they couldn't come here. They wanted to, but they couldn't come here. So we were able to change it up, and Tom was great in getting us to go there. And I mean, that stuff happens, and it was great to schedule it. But we said from the very beginning, you guys can go back and quote us. We wanted 12 games. We wanted to get 12 games just because these guys were ready to play 12 games. We were in shape to play 12 games. And every time that we sit here, we don't get to play a game through a bye. It's really hard. It's frustrating for our players because they're such big-time competitors, you know. So I don't know if we have two more open dates. We have one next week on the December 5th, and then one on the 19th. And I don't know if any of those games being filled by whoever is going to be good enough for people. But it's good enough for us because we get to play football. We love to play football. I don't know what the record's going to show at the end of the day if we do get 12 games. But, man, I like our chances. And for our boys, they just love playing football. We want to get out there and do it.
Coach, I know it's hard to pinpoint a percentage chance of BYU being in a scenario where you get to play two more games, one on December 5th and the other on December 19th, as you mentioned on those dates. But how confident are you in that BYU will play games on both of those dates?
I guess that's more a question for Tom, you know, and I know Tom HOLMOE's working really hard with that. I just know that this team will play on those dates. We'll play anytime you want us to. We'll play back-to-back games if you want. I mean, if it were up to our players, we would have 30 games scheduled and some JV games. I mean, that's the way this team is built. We have a lot of depth on our team. We feel really good about it. Guys wanted to scrimmage this weekend against each other. That's how much they love football. And so we're just going to wish them happy Thanksgiving. We'll try to rally back and regroup as a program, and then we'll go from there. But I'm just thankful I get to coach these kids and I get to be around them.
There was a lot of discussion around Washington, obviously, San Diego State moving that up. Was San Diego State a possibility to move up this Saturday?
I don't know the specifics of that one. I'm pretty sure Tom was talking to him as well. And, we were trying to get Washington first. That was the goal. And so it just didn't work out. It doesn't have to be this huge dramatic thing where, oh, no, didn't work out because these guys didn't want it or they didn't want it. It just didn't work out. And we couldn't come to an agreement. And, the players wanted that game. But there's a lot of things that go into it. But that's. I think there's a lot of options. If you talk to Tom, there's probably could have been half a dozen options for this weekend.
Do you mind who you play? Obviously, playing better teams would help in trying to get into the New Year's Six because that's the goal. If you finish undefeated and you're not in the New Year's Six, I don't know how you feel, but I'd be really disappointed given the resume. BYU would deserve that, in my opinion. Would you take a quote-unquote lesser game just to fill the schedule at this point?
I'll take any game just to play football, So if you and Spencer want to gather some guys to come out here and play us, we'll do it. Put it on BYUtv. We just want to get out there and play football.
We don't want that, just so you know.
We're going to try to be at our best no matter who the opponent is. And we wanted 12 opportunities. We said that from the very beginning. We never backed down from it. We had 10. You have 10 opportunities now. We missed out on one, right? But I'm glad that we were able to get to 9 right now, being 9-0 with a 10th game on the horizon, and hopefully, an 11th or 12th may show up.
Coach, we give thanks, as you said last night on your ESPN interview, for the opportunity to watch BYU football this season. We don't take it for granted, and I know that you and your team clearly don't. If you want a game, get your coaching staff. Maybe Jeremy and I can recruit some former players, and we'll go play a turkey bowl on Thanksgiving.
I don't know. Turkey bowl, I mean, the emergency rooms are really, really flying. They're going crazy on Thursdays because guys like us can't hang it up, and so just be careful, everyone. But I mean last night when the whole thing was going down and I had the time to settle down, probably the last minute, the last 30 seconds, all I could think about was gratitude, the opportunity that I had to be the head coach of BYU and to be around such great young men and people that are involved with BYU, the best fan base out there. And that's why all I could do is at the end, I just thankful, and I wish everybody happy Thanksgiving. I say do the same to you guys. You guys are amazing and do a great job representing BYU and getting the news out there to our fans. And that's why I said that. I wanted to end on a good note because that's how I truly feel. I really am thankful